My name is Vanessa. This is Sayulani's at Home, and today we're going to go through a restorative yoga session designed to really stretch every single muscle in your back. So we will work with twisting, rotating the spine to make sure if you feel a little bit stiff, if you haven't moved very much today or in the past days, you can get a beautiful relief from any contractions. You don't need any specific props, but if you do have a couple of bricks or maybe a couple of cushions or books, I recommend you keep them with you so you can get more support in some of our postures. And as we will be twisting, of course, be mindful if you have any little low back issues, if anything doesn't feel right, you can take these positions in a much more gentle way. So just listen to my variations and make sure you feel comfortable. We're gonna make a start laying onto our back. So whenever you feel ready in your lovely quiet space, you can come and join me laying onto your back. And we're going to begin with the feet apart, and you want to drop your knees inwards. So coming into a constructive rest position, so that lower back can straight away feel some space from the floor. You can close your eyes or keep them soft, and you can bring your hands on your belly if you wish. So let's begin simply finding length across the spine. And perhaps as your eyes close or become really soft, you can tune into your breath and release a little bit of tension right away. So allow your breath to go slowly, traveling through the nose down to the throat in your low belly. And as you exhale, allow your belly to soften and the back of the spine to gently rest towards the floor. So just a moment here to enjoy a deep breath into your belly. Making sure your legs are fully dropping inwards, so there is no work in your quads right now. And see if you can make each exhalation a little bit longer, a little bit more grounding. Good, and when you're ready to, you can start releasing your hands to the side. You can press your palms down and begin rocking your knees all the way to one side and then to the other side. So the lower back starts perhaps unclicking. You can feel some stretching happening into the side of the waistline. They allow this movement to be soothing. And if you wish, you can move the head as well. So just be as natural as possible here. Now, as your knees come all the way back towards your right side, you can pause there and perhaps bring the top knee as well on top of the bottom one. So come into a spinal twist. And you can make a cactus shape with your left arm. So you have your elbow in line with the shoulder. And this might create more space in your pectoral muscles. Your eyes can be closed or soft. Breathe into any stiffer place, anywhere you want to make some space today. You can exhale through your mouth if it feels pleasant. You can gently press the left shoulder down as you keep your knees heavy to the other side. And your belly is soft. Just notice if you can feel any restriction anywhere, and maybe take an extra count to fully breathe in the places that are a little bit more lethargic, and an extra count to exhale so you can start relaxing your muscles more. Lovely. From here, come all the way back into center, and let's take the knees up and over to the other side. So dropping the knees towards the left. Again, you can keep the feet on the floor as they were before, or you invite your right knee to come closer to you. And then you can bend the elbow of your right arm so you can find the extra spinal twist. And allow your head to move whatever it feels comfortable. So inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale, perhaps pull your right elbow more to the side and maybe look over to the same direction. Or stay where you are. So we begin this twisting in a more passive way. Allowing the space between your right shoulder and your right hip to lengthen. Space between your vertebrae to expand. And your shoulders, your jaw, your face, everything is relaxed. Lovely, let's take one more slow breath in. Now we exhale to come to center and we set our feet as wide as our hips. We press the palms down and begin rolling through the spine to massage it. So you can peel the spine from your lower back, middle back, upper back. You can expand through the chest if you want it. And then you're going to reverse the journey from the top of the spine, your middle back, your lower back, and tail. And again, you push to rise up, shoulders well away from your ears. You can expand through the chest, and then you lower down. Let's take this 3 more times. Think about your spine being like a necklace. So you really pull in one vertebra at a time off the floor, sequentially, and then you ease yourself back and down, making the movement fluid, smooth, and connect with your breath. Lovely, let's take this one last time, rolling forward and up. And all the way down to the ground. Beautiful. Now we pause at the top and you can very gently activate your arms and your feet more. If you wish, interlock your fingers behind your back, give a little squeeze in between your shoulder blades, and then invite your knees to come closer together. It's fine in this posture, in restorative yoga, to expand through the chest. So feel free to flare out through your rib cage. Take one extra breath in. And then slowly begin unwinding. Lovely. Give your legs a moment to lengthen. Perhaps you can hook your thumbs and take a full body stretch. So pressing the heels away from your arms, stretching the side of your waistline. And then nice and easy, begin rolling on the side and find your way into seated. So we're going to begin moving into a lovely flow that opens up the spine in all directions, and then we come up to stand for a moment. So you can cross your legs, perhaps sit on a brick if it's comfortable for you. And then begin lifting your arms overhead as you breathe in. As you exhale, twist up and over to your left side. Use your hands against the knee and your left fingertips can be on the floor, or you can bring them right away on your lower back. So staying here, inhale. Exhale, spin the chest more. Really taking the time here to feel how your arms can help you twist deeper, but engaging the abdominals ever so slightly. Chest on top of the hips, shoulders pulling down. One more slow inhale. Exhale, come back to center and take it to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, move up and over. Fingertips resting down, chest moving up and around. And see if you can maintain a sense of length into the back of the neck. Lower down through your shoulders and twist when you exhale, just a bit more. Good, now come back into center. Inhale, rise up. And as you exhale, bring your left fingers to the side and tilt sideways. So now you can drop the head. We're gonna take a circle with your strong arm. So bring it all the way behind you, down and forward. And if it happens, if you can feel the spine is naturally rotating, so the chest wants to look a bit down, a bit up, allow the movement to happen. Feel the energy through the fingertips, Release the head. You can keep the gaze down if it's best. Beautiful. Now, very last one, we pose on the side. We pop the hand behind the head and we push the head backwards. Invite your elbow to look high up. Notice if you can feel any stretching sensation into the side of the rib cage. And again, inhale, push the head back a bit more. Now exhale, turn your nose to the knee and move the elbows as low as you can to the floor. And we'll repeat. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we twist. Your hips are anchoring down. Your spine is long. We really try and lengthen through the lower back on the side. Follow your own natural rhythm of the breath. Let's go 2 more times. Gently press the head back and down. And then coming all the way up one last time. Exhale, we curl and we reach the fingertips across the diagonal. So you can plug the shoulders down, but move the nose to the knee and pull the right hip back. So if you mirror me, really feel that your right hip is going backwards and the right side of the lower back is opening. We're gonna hold this one for about 5 breaths. Use the exhalation, if possible, to release your elbows, release your head. Beautiful. Take one more slow inhale. And now exhale, come all the way back into center. You can bring your hands behind you, gently open through the chest. If you wish to send your knees slightly apart, tuck the tail and lift the hips high. So take a lovely moment here to expand across the chest. One more full inhale. Exhale, come down and release your legs just for a moment. So give them a little shake. You can circle your ankles, circle your knees a little bit. And then swap the shin which is in front when you come to seated. So changing to go to the other side. We lift the arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, side reach with your right fingers away from you, left arm up. Take your time to softly bend the bottom elbow and release the ear to the shoulder. Keep breathing here. Whenever you're ready, begin circling the arm well behind you and then down and forward. And as you take that circle, again, allow the chest to move wherever it wants to move. So maybe your eyes are following the hand, maybe you want to look down. Beautiful, we got 2 more like this. When you're ready to bring your hand behind your head, push the head backwards, take a full inhale to twist, elbow up. Push the left hip down and keep opening across the left side of the waistline. We prepare with a breath in and now exhale, turn your nose towards the knee. Inhale, we open. Exhale, we curl. Again, opening up. Exhale. As you continue this movement, see if you can lower your elbow a bit more. So maybe you're touching the floor, maybe not. Feel the left side of your lower back starts creating a bit more space. Okay, let's go for one more. So inhale, twist as backwards as you can. Exhale, move forward. And now walk your fingertips to the diagonal line, nose to the knee. Plug the left hip back and see if you can softly release your shoulders. About 4 more breaths. Keep on walking the fingers away from you if you wish to go a bit deeper. And then take your time to come back into center, move your hands behind you, lift the chest. If you wish, just spin, take your knees out, lift the chest up and move the hips forward. Spin your fingertips backwards so you can really rotate your upper arms. Good, one more slow inhale. Exhale, come down. And now let's make our way into a tabletop. So if you want to free your legs, give them again a little shake, a little movement. And then flip yourself to one side in a way that you can come with your hands just under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Let's go into a cat and cow. So we're going to inhale to round the back, drop the head. Exhale, stick the tailbone up and open across the chest. And again, inhale, we round. Exhale, we open. And as you move your spine in that little cat and cow stretch, notice if there is any place that is a bit more delicate today, a bit more stiff. So maybe that's the focus for you today. That's what you want to open. Now let us take this 2 more times. Arching the spine as much as you can. And as you come all the way back into center, we open up through the left arm. So take a big twist. Left arm stretches up. Exhale, thread the left arm under your shoulder and come into this thread in the needle pose. You're going to move your ear forward so the neck is long. And as you press into your right hand, see if you can open through your right shoulder more. Tailbone pulling back. Now, all if it feels good, walk your fingertips forward. Right hand walks forward. And you begin looking under the armpit. We're going to hold this one, breathing in through the nose. Exhale, twisting a bit more. Can you press your left arm more and invite the chest to twist to look up? Any neck discomfort, I would keep the hand close. Lengthen through your tailbone, one more slow inhale. Exhale, you're back to center. And now push the tailbone up into downward facing dog. Take a moment here to relax the head. Maybe walk on the spot. Begin stretching through the hamstrings. Allow your heels to press down. Head is heavy. Good, and then find your stillness in your downward facing dog. Your knees can always be soft, especially in this more restorative flow. And then take your time to come all the way back and down onto your knees. And we make the same transition to the other side. So we open up through the right arm, full inhale. And now exhale, you're gonna thread the arm under your shoulder. And walk the fingers as far away as you can. Move the head forward. And tailbone goes back. Press into the left hand and see if you can spin the chest even more to the ceiling. Only if you wish to, walk your left fingers forward and then start looking under your left shoulder. Notice if you feel anything in between your shoulder blades. Keep your breath nice and steady. Good, one more full inhale. Exhale, twist deeper. Now take your hands back underneath your shoulders and press back, downward facing dog. And as before, you can have a walk on spot. Maybe your head is going a little bit lower. Feel the expansion through the fingertips, through your toes. Good. Now walk your feet towards your hands and your hands towards your feet. Take your feet a bit wider than your hips and stay into the forward fold. You can catch the opposite elbow, pull the elbows down and maybe move side to side. So you twist the hips to one side, to the other one. Let the head be heavy. Good, and then once you find your stillness, you can close your eyes, take a full inhale. Exhale, can you pull the elbows any closer to the floor and at the same time lift the tailbone nice and high. So feel that you are opening up the back of your hamstrings. Good, one more slow breath. Keep the weight on your toes. Exhale. We go into a twist. Your right hand comes forward. Inhale, open up through your left arm. Now, if that's not available, you can touch your calf, push against the shin, and open wider. Good, one more full inhale. Wherever you are, legs bent to straight, maybe just one leg straight. Exhale, come back to center. And let's go to the other side. So open up right arm. Again, knees softly bent, or one leg extended, or both. Maybe a bit more gentle, you have your hands on your shin. And back into center. And now let's go really with the breath. Inhale, we open, look up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, swap your hand, look up. So we begin opening the back of the legs because our stretches are coming soon. So we just want to prepare our body. Now follow your breath and repeat this for the next maybe 5 more breaths. Your head can be soft when you come back to center. See if you can slow down the movement. And now, once you've done an equal amount of time right and left, you can pose back into center. So give yourself the time to finish off. If you're already finished, just release your head for one more time. And then we come all the way up to stand with a slow roll up. Good, we bring our feet right under our hips. Just take a moment to roll the shoulders down a couple of times. Lovely. And then from here, we lengthen the arms up and over, interlock the fingers, arching to the back ever so slightly. So let's go into a little extension of the back, keeping your glutes active. As you exhale, we bend the knees, curl the back, push forward. Again, inhale, we open. Exhale, we round, tucking the tailbone under. 2 more, in. Exhale. Last one, we're gonna arch back and interlock the fingers behind you, open up through the chest. And then if that's available, bend again your knees and then release the spine down. Forward fold, one more time. Pull the arms up and forward. If that's too much, take your hands to the ground or on your shins. You actually have bricks. If you do have bricks, your alternative is to use them. So you can bring them in front of you. Or you can have them one on top of the other. So whatever you feel, they support you. We're gonna be here into dangle pose for the next 2 minutes. So if that's available, you stay as you are. If you want to use your bricks, you use them. And you're taking all this time to fully drop the head. As soon as your shoulders feel uncomfortable, you can release the arms down. See if you can switch off your legs and let the weight of the head drop down. Breathing in through the nose and nice and slow. Exhaling fully through the nose or through your mouth, whatever helps you releasing the neck, the shoulders, the back. If for any reason this posture is not available today, you can absolutely come to seated and take the same thing with the legs forward. So another option for the last minute is to come to the floor, knees are softly bent, hands on your shin, dropping the head. So whatever is most appropriate for you today. Create some length in all areas of the back and some length in your hamstrings and calves as well. See if you can use every exhalation to soften the shoulders more. Good, last 2 breaths, wherever you are. Now let's make our way into downward facing dog. So take your hands in front of you, walk back. If you're seated, you can join us. Walk into downward facing dog, releasing the head. And then slowly lower your knees down. Find a way to come all the way onto your belly. And then from here, bring your hands forward, come to Sphinx. So the elbows under your shoulders, open across the chest, and we're gonna mobilize the neck here. So feet can be flipped inwards, so you can relax your legs. You're just gonna press the chest forward, keeping the collarbones wide. And then from here, we circle the head. So chin to the chest. Look over to your right shoulder, and then up and around to the left. And again, same direction. So you are into a little back bend. When you feel ready to, you can reverse to the other side, up and over. And last one. Beautiful. As you come all the way back and in, push into a child's pose. Allow your forehead to soften towards the floor. Reach your fingertips forward. And then make your way into tabletop. Ready to move on into a little bit more lower body focus stretches. So we come straight away into our lizard. You're gonna step your right foot on the outside of your right hand, and you can extend the back leg. From here, you can move forward and back if you wish to create a bit more muscular engagement, or you stay right away with your knee on the floor. You wanna be mindful that your front knee is on top of the ankle, and your back knee is feeling fine. If that's not the case, you can pad with maybe an extra towel, or you can fold your mat into. And now, if you have your bricks today and you want to use them to stay a bit more supported, you can bring them high stance or lower stances. You can bring them in line with the front foot. And sometimes this is really helpful to create a bit more space from the floor so that stretch can be less intense. So wherever you are, plug the shoulders down, move the chest forward. You can keep the gaze in front of you. If you are very close to the floor, you can drop the head. And then I invite you to stay here for the next 3 minutes. If you ever need to take a little break, you take it. Only stay to a 60-80% of sensation. So we're not gonna try to go to the lowest stretch, deepest point. We come to a place where we can breathe easily. And there is just enough stretching sensation, perhaps in your hamstrings and groin of the right leg or the front of the back hip. And if you feel you've got lots of space, you can come down and perhaps rest your head on your hands. Tune into the breath. And see if you can feel your left hip moving closer to the ground. Allow your jaw to relax. Relax your back leg especially, so you can really go into the connective tissue a bit more. When you can relax your muscles, the stretch and the stress of the pose goes a bit more in your joints. And your eyes can always be soft or closed, whatever helps you feel more connected to your breath. Let's go into our last minute. If you need to reset, you can always move a little bit out of the pose. The intention of the practice is to learn how to be still, but we can always take a little bit more time to get into stillness and move a little bit. We always want to avoid any sort of pain. Always 60-80% is enough. All right, take your last slow breath in. Now, as you exhale, you want to press into your hands, come up again, and reset into tabletop. And let's take a little reset. You're gonna come laying onto the belly, make a pillow with your hands, and perhaps turn your head to one side. And as you arrive, notice any sensations in your hips. Anything you can feel. Allow your legs to be soft. And when you're ready to move again, press yourself back into tabletop. Ready to come to the second side of this lizard or dragon pose. So go ahead and step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Extend your back leg, push the heel backwards, and you can choose to rock. So if you like a little bit more action, go for it. If you love to be still, you go right away with the knee to the floor. If you need your props, you can use them under your hands or under your elbows. So movement or stillness right from the beginning. Noticing that one side might feel very different from the other one. So if you're moving, ease yourself into stillness. So we're gonna try and hold this one for 3 minutes. And again, as a little point, you wanna consider, make sure the front knee is over to the ankle, and try and maintain your back knee supported, or you can pad it if you wish with a blanket, with a towel. You can let the head drop, or you can gently bring the chin parallel to the floor, whatever feels more comfortable really. And oftentimes letting the head go is more calming. Okay, now as you start deepening your breath, can you use the exhalation to release the weight of your right hip more? Relax your toes, relax both legs. Feel free to keep lowering your base. And stay connected to the present moment. So anything you're feeling, stay with it. With no judgment, no need to change anything. Just notice what you're feeling. We're going to take one last minute here. If there is anything you need to change, go ahead and change it. If you feel it's really difficult for you to stay, any pain, definitely you can come up a bit more, you can move slightly. We give in some nourishment into our hips before we go into twisting again. All right, last 2 slow breaths. Now take your time to push back again, finding your way onto your belly. Releasing your legs, you can flip your toes inwards and again make a pillow for your head so you can reset. Notice any tingling sensation, anything in your legs, in your hips. Beautiful, and then slowly take your time to come back and up. Bring your way into seated, so you can cross your legs and pass, or you slide legs forward. And we're gonna extend the legs in front of us and move into our seated tree. So we take the right foot touching the left inner thigh. We want to sit nice and tall, and for someone using a brick or better a block, something thin can be really useful. We inhale to lift the arms up, push down through the sit bones. Exhale, we twist up and over to the bent knee. So using your hands, move the belly. Keep your shoulders plugging down, stay there. And again, breathing in. Exhale, twist deeper. Come back into center, arms up, inhale. Exhale, twist away from the bent knee. You can look towards the back shoulder. Keep your shoulders down and the neck long. And now come back to center, inhale, arms up. Keep the same length you created and move all the way up and forward. So you're gonna bring your hands to the side of the leg. You push down through the right knee and move your belly towards that shin. So you can keep your knee bent. I'm gonna give you quite a few options here. Those of you that feel there is space for this option, you will stay forward, but you also move the chest slightly across. So you're taking your hands on the left side of your left leg. And this can be for someone very powerful for the lower back. So try it out. You can be framing the leg or going sideways. It definitely helps if you've got some bricks to keep them so that you don't have to struggle with reaching the floor. So sometimes having the bricks can be very useful. And then we're going to be here inhaling, exhaling, releasing our body as much as possible. The right knee is still pressing down, so you're creating that traction into the lower back. We're going to be here only 2 minutes. If this knee feels uncomfortable, maybe the hamstrings are pulling too strongly, you can sacrifice one of your bricks and place it under the knee. So you don't have to worry about keeping the knee up. You can rest the leg and then perhaps using the other one for your hands. So taking that gentle rotation up and over. Your belly is soft. Your neck is relaxed. You really give yourself permission to switch off every single muscle here. And if you don't need any props at all, you can stay very close to the foot, but again, diagonally left. You can even rest your elbows on the floor if it's easy. 1 last minute here. Try and switch off anything you don't need right now. So you can switch off your facial muscles, you can switch off your shoulders. Feel the tailbone pulling backwards so your lower back is lengthening, stretching and lengthening. And you can keep your left foot flexed or you can keep it floppy. Just make sure your quads are relaxed. Good, let's go for one more full inhale. As we exhale, we come all the way back and up. Let's take a moment to recenter, and then we bring the same knee, right knee, across. So now you're having your right foot pushing down. Move the chest close to your thigh, and then take your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your left arm up. We're gonna go for a twist up and over to that knee. So do your best to maintain the lower back long, and as you go into that twist, you're gluing belly and thigh together. Stay there, breathing in, exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Lower back tries and be really neutral, so careful, we don't want to collapse back, we want to move upwards. Beautiful, and then take your time to come all the way back and in. Release your legs, give them a little shake. And we're gonna try the whole thing on the other side. So your right leg now is long, your left foot comes in. Move the fleshy part of your sit bones backwards and then lift your arms upwards. Inhale. Exhale, we're gonna twist up and over to the bent knee, using your left fingertips as backwards as you need. Stay there, inhale. Exhale, twist. Feel your whole upper back moving. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, up and over to the leg. Again, you can use your arms, but you're definitely working your core. Now come back to center, inhale. Exhale, frame your leg, releasing your fingers, you're coming into forward fold. So this is a hamstring stretch and your back stretch. And keep the left knee pushing down as much as possible. You're finding the intention to lengthen the lower back and your glutes. Option 1, you stay. Option 2, you can bend the knee to do it. You move your belly across and take the fingertips on the right side of your leg. So to do that, you're pressing your knee down, and you can use again your beautiful bricks. So So I'm gonna show you exactly the same variation we did before. You can take your brick under the knee to support your hamstrings. You can move the brick sideways, and then you're gonna rest the hands on it and drop the head. Left hip is pushing down. And of course, if you didn't need any supports, you can enjoy the remaining part of this stretch by really walking the fingers to the side of the foot, dropping the head to the shin, maybe the elbows touching down. And breathe into any places in your body that might feel a bit stiff. Or just last 2 slow breaths, whatever you are. And then come all the way back and up. Bring the leg across. So stepping a foot to the side, growing tall through the spine, your right arm lifts, and as you exhale, you can catch the knee with your elbow. You can bring your left fingers behind you. Again, if you can feel the lower back is rounded, see if you can lift nice and tall. Exhale, twist. So again, shoulders want to be even at the same level. Belly wants to move to the thigh. Lengthen out of the lower back. One more slow inhale. Exhale, and then relax back into center. Find your way in your downward facing dog. So you can cross your legs, you can move the legs back. Let's refine the downward facing dog. We're gonna go into a twist now. So walk your feet a bit wider than usual, if that's easier. And perhaps walk the feet in a little bit more. And now take your left hand on your right thigh or lower on your ankle. And with that grip, keep your right arm strong. Look under your left arm, right arm. So find that extra spinal twist. An alternative, if that's a bit too uncomfortable, is to retake the same twist we did before. So you go in the same direction, left arm is down, and you can lengthen your right arm and look under the shoulder. If you're taking in your downward facing dog, it's just a bit more muscularly active. One more slow inhale, wherever you are. And now exhale, reset, and take it to the other side. So you can bend the knees, right hand on your thigh or on your left ankle. And as you get that secure grip, lift the tailbone high and look under your shoulder. So see if you can maintain your hips relatively still into center. And again, if that's not available, you can take that lovely twist with your shoulder on the floor and maybe the fingers walking forward. Good, one more full inhale, wherever you are. Exhale, come all the way back into your center. Reset yourself into your downward facing dog, and we're gonna move into sleeping swan or pigeon pose. So let's begin with the right knee coming forward. The back leg can be bent or straight, that's absolutely your choice. But because we're gonna be here for 4 minutes, which is quite a lot, sometimes we prefer to stay with the knee bent. So let's try the supported variation. If you have a brick, if you need it, you pop it under your right thigh. And then you walk all the way forward, trying to slide the back leg backwards. If that's not needed, you can stay as you are. Just make sure the front knee doesn't have any pain. If that's the case, you're definitely going to be bending the back knee. Or your last option is to come straight away onto the back and hold your figure of 4. So the same knee, right knee is bent, you catch in the back of your thigh and rest. So whatever you want to be, allow your eyes to close if it feels good. If it feels doable, try and bring the back knee pointing down. So slightly rotate your left leg inwards. And then if you need to support your upper body to stay a little bit higher, you can use your bricks in front of you as well. Begin noticing any sensations you're feeling. You might feel something in your glutes. You might feel something in your groin, maybe into the front of the left hip. So whatever you are, just enjoy all these fluctuations of your sensations. Breathing in slowly through the nose. Exhaling slowly through the nose. So we are halfway through. If there is anything you want to change, you can change it. Maybe trying without props, maybe going a little bit lower. Allow your legs, your arms, your shoulders, your belly to soften. And see if you can unclench your jaw, so releasing maybe all the tiny muscles in your face. Take a last 2 slow breaths. And now in your own time, you can press into the hands coming back and up. Come laying onto your back into a short shavasana. So release your legs. If you already are in a figure 4, it's an easy trip to your back. And then as you let go of your legs, you can close your eyes and notice any sensations around your hips. Notice any difference between your right hip and the left hip. If you can feel any, again, tingling, any lightness. Good, and only when you're ready to move again, if you have taken the figure 4 on the floor, you're just gonna swap. You taking your left foot over to the right thigh. If you come with me, roll yourself over to a side. Perhaps come back from downward facing dog. So we do the entry, the introduction as before, and then let your left knee come close to your left wrist, moving the shin forward. The back leg can go right behind your shoulders, keeping the knee down. Or you can decide to stay on the left hip and bend the knee and taking it sideways. So this is a more gentle for your knees. And then again, you can try and prop your hips with a little block under your hips. Sometimes a blanket as well works well. Or you can use your bricks in front of you. You can even make a lovely pillow for your forehead if you like that option. So as you settle, again, get ready for your next 3 minutes and a half now. Allow your belly to rest. Really listen to your body if there is anything you need to change, because it's not that safe for you maybe today to be with a weight onto the front knee. Always give yourself permission to change the position. And if your knees are happy, you're gonna try and pull the back toes a bit more backwards, and then spin the right hip down, but without straining. So once you have done that movement, you just relax completely. Relax your toes, relax your shoulders, your belly. See if you can feel any more space into the left side of your glutes. Notice that one side might feel completely different, might feel much more accessible than the other one. That would be really normal. And again, let your jaw be soft. So notice if any muscles in your face are always gripping when you're stretching. Can you try and let them go? Maybe it's the neck. The neck is the sweet spot where we want to create a bit more space and length. Just have about 1 minute left. If there is anything you want to change, go ahead and change it. Enjoy that changing of your sensations when you take a little variation. Breathe slowly through your nose. And as you exhale, you can exhale through your nose or through your mouth. Just try and keep the exhalation very slow and light. And now go ahead and begin pressing your hands to the floor. If you already are on your back, you're good to stay. If you are like me, into seated, bring your legs forward. And then take all the time you need to come down onto your back. And as you arrive, try not to move, try and just be still and listen to any sensations in your hips. Your hips, your thighs, whatever you feel that sensation, just to notice it. Beautiful. Now from here, slowly you're going to bring your knees into the chest, one by one. Try and keep them close and rock side to side to massage your back. From here, drop your knees up and over to the right shoulder. And we do the same thing we did at the beginning with the option to cross the knee over to the bottom one. And you can also shift the hips ever so slightly. So if you cross, you keep on pulling the side of your glutes. Then inhale and exhale, look over to the left shoulder if that's available. Breathing into the side of the waistline. And really try and create that sense of reaching. So fingertips have a little bit of energy and your knees go all the way to the other side. The back of the shoulder wants to find the floor. Every time you exhale, you can drop it lower. Good, one more full inhale. Full exhale. And then make your way back into center, drawing your knees up and over to the other side. So again, you can move the hips slightly to the right. Take your knees to the left. And then you can cross your top knee over to the bottom one. You can open up your right arm and then look over to the right shoulder. If you want to stay centered, you can also take that option. Breathing in. Exhale, reach with the fingertips more and keep your knees pressing down. Really opening the lower back, the pectoral muscles, maybe the top of your glutes if they feel a bit tight today. Beautiful. Take your time to come all the way back into center. And now as you lengthen your legs forward, you can reach your arms all the way back. And perhaps interlock your thumbs and press your arms well behind you. So finding a lovely full body stretch. Pull the heels forward, arms back. You can let your rib cage flat out if you wish. One more full inhale, exhale, release. And then find your way into your final Shavasana. So you can come back to the starting position. You can have your feet as wide as your mat. Your knees are knocking in for your constructive rest. Or you can take your feet together, knees apart, if you want to open your hips more. Or you keep the legs where they are. So find the best place for you to receive the final relaxation. Your hands can be on the ground or on your belly. We're gonna move into a deep, slow breath through the nose and a deep, slow breath out through the mouth. So inhale through the nose. Let your belly expand. Exhale through your mouth. And again, breathe through your nose. Belly rising. Exhale through your mouth. And again. Fully empty your lungs when you exhale through your mouth. Now feel free to stay on your back as long as you want, maybe taking 5 extra minutes of Shavasana, which is always really, really useful. Such a good choice to stay longer right now. If you want to close your practice into seated, we're going to take a very slow roll to one side. Just dropping your knees to one side. Pausing there for a moment, no rush. Still feeling that deep relaxation. And then if you want, from your side, you can push into the hands and find your way into a comfortable seated position. If possible, you can keep your eyes still closed. And then you're taking your hands at the center of your heart. You can lift your shoulders to your ears, and then you can move them back and down. And again, circle your shoulders up, back and down. Let's go one last time. Move the chin to the chest and take your thumbs at the center of your forehead. Wherever you are, if you're laying on your back or to seat, we close our session here today. So thank you so much for practicing with me. Have a wonderful rest of your day. So thank you again. Have a lovely, relaxing rest of your day. So try and maintain this quiet energy, this relaxation and fluidity in your spine as long as possible. Thank you.